the week 8 team assignment from the perspective of team member number 3. So start on the course homepage, Excel keyboard shortcut. And so we'll be team member number 3, you're going to be operating in both Excel online like the rest of the team, but you're also going to have to do some work in the Excel application because the thing that your job is to do is not available in Excel online. So you're going to be moving to specific cells with Control G. You're going to be moving between sheets if you needed, Control page up, page down in Excel desktop, or Control Alt page up, page down in Excel online. You're going to be selecting a bunch of cells together, Shift and arrow or Shift Control arrow, and actually Shift Control arrow works in Excel desktop too. And then browser, Control Tab to go to the next tab, Control Shift Control Tab to go to the previous tab, and to get from Excel to desktop to online through the browser, it's Alt Tab. So and go Control Tab to go to the next one, which is the previous one because there's only two. And Assessment Assignments. Go down to the team assignments and week 8. And we're going to start by, like everybody else, we're going to load the week 8 bonds XLSX file from our team folder. So click that and go into your team folder and launch Excel bonds. And now I'm going to go back to Shift Control tab to go back twice. And our job is going to be to run Solver, and that's Solver is something that can only be done in Excel application. So we're going to open up the app, and it's going to be read-only mode. And that's the reason for that is because in the lab, we don't have Excel 365 that allows concurrent editing in the app. We only have this lab version of Excel that doesn't have it. So it will initially only put it in read-only mode, but we're going to get around that by editing it. When we edit it, we're going to save a copy into our same team folder. We can give it we're going to add a number 3 because we're team member number 3 at the end, just so we can't override the original one. And then we're going to add Solver. So if we don't have it already, so Alt or Control Tab to get back to the team folder, and click the triple dot beside week 8 and open in the app, and then open Excel application. If you're not already logged in, it's going to ask you to log in with your Microsoft account. Here it is. And so here it is, edit the workbook. So click on that, and we're going to choose save and edit a copy of the workbook and go OK. It's going to put it in the same folder, and I'm just going to add a number 3 at the end, and then enter for save. Maybe I have to click it. Good. Okay, so now I'm going to go Alt Tab to get back to the web, and then Shift Control Tab to get back to our instructions in D2L. And so if we're going to add Solver through File, Options, Add-ins, Excel Add-ins, and Solver. So Alt Tab. So File is Alt F, and then Options is T, and then we're going to arrow. I'm just going to arrow down to Add-ins, and then Tab, 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 all the way to Go, because we're already managing the Excel add-ins at the bottom. That's the right one. And then Go, and then I'm going to hit Enter, and then arrow down to Solver, space to put a check mark there, and then Enter for OK. Now we're going to run this Solver, and what we want to do is we want to minimize the weighted average modified duration. You see, we're working on the stable portfolio, and the modified duration, the lower it is, the more stable it is. In other words, it doesn't change very much through changes in interest rate. And so we're going to minimize that, which is in T8, and we're going to be, and just to show you that, the Q, whether we're including it or not, there's a 0 or 1. And the if it's a 0, it will nullify that whole line when we just won't be using that bond. So we're going to tell Solver to make these either 0s or 1s, whether or not to use them in order to have a lower than the default. 8.459 is what all 180 bonds together. We're going to hopefully get better than that. I would like it to be less than 5. We're going to find out that with these bonds, it actually doesn't get that good, but it'll get better than 8.45. And we want to have at least 30 bonds. We don't want to just pick one that's low and then have only one bond put all our eggs in one basket. We don't want that. So we want at least 30 or more bonds to be that. And so that's where we're going to be changing the variables, all the 0s and 1s. And then we're going to make them binary. They can only be 0 or 1. They can't be like 0.5 or 0.3 or 0.7. They can't do that. It's just 0s and 1s. And then we're going to say it has to be 30 or above. So Alt Tab, and then I'm going to go Alt Data, which is A, and then Solver is Y2. It's in the upper right. And it's already pretty much filled in just because it's within the spreadsheet. It's already filled in, the one that's Excel Online. But it's T8 and it's minimized. And if it wasn't filled in, then you would hit up arrow to go to the cell you want, and then hit tab to go to the next thing. And then in tab, it could tab is the 2, if you'll see it on the solver parameter, and you could use arrows to make it max or min, but min is what we want. If we didn't already choose the cells, we would go up arrow, and we would get to the cell, and we go shift control down arrow to include them all. And then I'm going to actually get rid of these just to show you how to build them. So I'm going to go down to delete, enter. Oh, I'm going to hit space first and then go down to delete, and then space, go down to delete. So now I'm going to add them, and the first one, the cell reference is this all these ones. So starting at Q2, shift control down, and then space. Now there's kind of a bug. If I hit I want it to be binary bin, but I've hit the down arrow. As soon as I go down 1, it'll disappear. See? So I have to get back to it by shift tab, down arrow, again 1, shift tab, down arrow, again 1, shift tab, oops, oh dang, up arrow, shift down, and then down arrow, down. Now it's finally at bin, binary, and that's the constraint, is that it's binary. Tab, tab, tab one more time because I'm going to add one more, enter. And then the cell reference, I'm going to go up arrow again, and I'm going to go down to T9, the number of bonds. This has to be 30 or more. And so right now, T9 is supposed to be, and it's not less than or equal to, it's greater or equal to. So I'm going to have the same problem. I'm going to go down arrow. As soon as I go down 1, it's going to shift tab. I have to go back down one more time, and then down again. Now it's the way I want it. Greater or equal to, I'm going to type in 30. And then I'm going to hit enter for OK, because that's a blue line. And then I'm going to tab down to the set a solving method. Instead of simplex, we want to hit GRG nonlinear. That's the one you want. And then enter, and then tab, and now I'm on solve, enter. Takes a minute. It's thinking. Sometimes it takes a minute. There. And look, it brought it, and I'm going to accept this. I'm just going to hit enter for OK. And I've got 30, went exactly 30, and it went to 7.6. The reason it didn't get more, I said it could be more than 30. Well, that would just increase the weight with the bonds that I have. They are a little bit riskier bonds. They don't have a good average duration, so I couldn't get it down below 5. But 7.6 is better than the 8 and change that it was before. So now that you have this, And you'll see that the ones always are ones, the top ones are probably just the more stable ones. So all the ones are on top, and this is where we stop using them, is row number 32. So go to the top, a control up arrow and then down one, shift control down to select them all, and control C to copy it. Now alt tab and to the web, and then shift tab tab, and then go to Control G to Q2, enter, and then Control V. There. Now we have pasted all those, and that the act of pasting it got the same weighted duration for the same reason. It's the ones that it's picking, that's the average duration of all those ones. And you've done your work.